But there have
Like
been some
retreating
good,
was
some good
always so
tournament games on this
dangerous.
map. Some good tournament games on this map. I think one of the recent finals between like Noisy and Toilailee, there were some good games on this map.
Yeah, I believe so. I feel like the finals that whatever the last tournament, I think the Elite Mod Championship maybe was on this map.
All right then. So we've got Tech Marine versus Farseer, and I think I'm not totally sure, but I feel like they've kind of picked decent heroes. As in, I feel like both these heroes are pretty strong and can deal with each other. I've said before how good I think the Tech Marine is, but I think the Farseer is a hero who can deal with him.
Yeah, the Farseer has so much versatility depending on her war gear options. Tech's going for the triple Guardians, not going to go for Banshees at all, figuring that I guess he's just not going to be able to get them in against the Tech Marine.
Yeah, I mean, one of the strengths I've personally said about the Tech Marine is that he's very strong against melee. So much early range fire when you've got him being a ranged unit, his scouts, the tax, and then we're not even up yet to like all of the melee counter options on the Tech Marine himself, on the scouts, Devastators, and Tech Marine players usually will go for Devastators instead of Assault Marines.
Oh, look how friendly they're being too. Just chatting, chatting with each other, having a good old time.
Yep.
No major pressure, I feel like, between these two guys.
Now, Toilailee is probably favored here. Like definitely in the history of like the past year, he's definitely been more successful in tournaments than Tex when Tex has actually showed up. Tex,
Yeah.
Tex, of course, a longtime fan favorite, so I wouldn't mind seeing him take it. But definitely going to think Toilailee has the edge here.
Yeah, I mean, Tex just doesn't have as much time to play and to commit to Dawn of War as he has Toilailee recently.
Yeah, Toilailee is definitely a bit younger. Tex a little bit older, and with the obligations.
Yeah, so the family obligations.
That's right.
So actually
But
managed
still,
to
okay.
pull out. I actually thought that that engagement was going to go in the hands of Tex there, but those scouts managed to evade, not lose a model, and then get the shotgun blast off to knock the Farseer out of the engagement, and then the Dire Avengers just can't stand up to Tex and the Tech Marine.
Yeah, and I feel like Toilailee was managing to maneuver into position where he was able to use several of his squads as well as the Tech Marine, whereas Tex kind of at some point found himself with the Farseer all alone.
Yeah, she kind of got singled out and wasn't able to continue supporting. Tex calling, well
Still
played.
more of this great sportsmanship. We no holy hammer here.
No, everyone's being very friendly.
We're not going to hear Holy Hammer's trademark "get wrecked." He actually did say that once to someone. R-E-K-T, get wrecked.
Yeah,
might have
I
been
think it was
to
Toilailee. Yeah.
So
What a
if
fella.
Toilailee wins this, we will be definitely seeing probably different manners from the next match.
Those two have quite the
Unless
tournament
Frederick
history.
takes out Holy Hammer. But I feel like Toilailee starting out with a bit of an early lead, maybe. VPs are actually now the countable VPs, the ones that are ticking down, are in Texas' favor. But Toilailee has the double cap, actually going for Assault Marines.
Yeah, we're going to
Usually
have the
Texas
two
is-
Guardians. I disagree. I think against Eldar is one of the only times that you do get Assault Marines as the Tech Marine. It's
just based on what he has to deal with. We've got the one Guardian weapon team. He's got another one building.
Yeah, and with his current build, he doesn't have the Banshees to counter-initiate. I think even the Ghost Helm would be a cool purchase right now for the Farseer if he can spare the power for it, because he'll be able to lock down
And
those Assault
look at
Space
what
Marines
he's
after the
buying.
jump.
Don't you just love it when good players do what you say they think they could or should do?
Yeah, there it is.
You actually know what you're talking about.
So I'm sure, like, with the current composition, he didn't see any upgrades on the field. He saw the one squad of scout shotguns, but he knew that Assault Space Marines are going to be coming onto the field here shortly. So he said, hey, he knows he doesn't have the Banshees. Get that Ghost Helm. I mean, with the Ghost Helm and a grenade, like, he can take those Assault Marines right out of the game, nice and quick.
I mean, even the Ghost Helm by itself does a lot of damage to like one model. It will suppress, so that'll both do damage, potentially threaten to take a model, as well as control them.
Yeah, I know it can kill attack model if they take the full brute force of a Mind War. I'm not sure if it's strong enough to take an Assault Space Marine. I like the nice slow approach Toilailee took there. He didn't jump on the chance to get the assault jump
Right.
on the first
Very smart.
shuriken.
Actually,
Flanked around, actually
maneuver-
found the second one. And here we're seeing the
Yeah.
Ghost Helm, and that's it, the Ghost Helm
Exactly
grenade.
what you said. Very, very nice. Wow. So, sounds like you know your stuff about the Farseer.
Yeah, Farseer actually is probably the hero I've played probably almost second as much as
Yeah,
the
I
Tech
know
Marine.
I've seen your Farseer, so.
So, I mean, just taking out 2 Assault Marine models is nothing to scoff at. Like, that's
That's
quite a
big.
bit of requisition and even a reasonable amount of
Yeah,
power to
it's-
slow down
and
there as well.
I'm actually looking at it exactly right now. It's 75 requisition, 8 power per model.
Yeah, so that's not cheap.
So what a play.
Scouts trying to...
What are they doing?
Oh no, they're gonna get...
Yeah,
They tried to get a grenade off, but they're gonna get one
Scouts
back in
grenade.
their face. Ooh,
2 models.
3.
3! Wow.
And
Oh,
almost
if-
almost the squad
I was
itself. If
wondering
those
the Farseer
Guardians...
could've chased-
If those
yeah, it
Guardians,
would've
I
needed
think,
to
had
be
continued
Guardians.
firing, they may have finished it off.
would've
How do you
need-
not get cheese? My mind
It
is
would have
blown.
needed to be the Guardians and not the Farseer, because even if the Farseer shot with her gun, she would be doing so little damage that the combination of health regeneration and range damage resistance on retreat wouldn't have been enough to finish off the scouts.
Enemy is outmaneuvering us.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, it's looking pretty strong for Tex now with those last few plays. It's a triple cap against Tex. Toilailee trying to just get back out here and do some damage somewhere, but now Tex is just going to evade until, like, that's really the Eldar style of play, especially against Space Marine. You can just, since Space Marine army is pretty much slower all around and can't hold the map as well, all you're going to do is just evade and evade until you can find yourself in a favorable position.
Oh my.
Ooh,
That scout squad is quite possibly goes down. My God.
Oh, that's
wow.
huge. That's huge. That was his
man.
upgraded scouts, too. He had both the Sarge and the shotguns on that squad.
I said Toilailee was the favorite, and Tex was saying how much he does not like the Tech Marine, or not really saying it, but suggesting it. And he is just handing it to Toilailee right now.
There was some sort of micro drop there that, like, he just kept those scouts under fire for way too long. I'm not sure where he was focused, but, I mean, that's shotgun scout squad didn't need to die.
There's also the possibility that it could have been lag, although I feel like if it was lag, he would have said something.
Since, of course, now, if you are lagging, the game continues on without you.
Yeah,
which
that's
is really
true.
bad
It
because
rubber
you lose
bands now
spots.
instead. Oh, and that was a premature assault jump. It looks like Toilailee's playing, starting to lose his game a little bit here.
Managed
after
to
those
nade
last
its
few
own dire
plays.
Avenger, but I don't think it's that big of a loss. Right now, he's definitely in the lead.
Mind
We
War
see
going
the
down.
attempted flank by the Tech Marine as well as the Tax. Tech Marine probably going to have to get out of there. Tax still in it.
Wow.
Oh my, the Tech Marine might go down in retreat. I wonder if we could have seen a Mind War in retreat. If it
She
might
had-
not, it's probably on cooldown.
She had just used it on the Assault Space Marine, so
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think it was available
Yeah.
to her.
Grenade on retreat to take out more Assault Marine models? Or did he already use the grenade
Oh,
as well?
yeah,
Is
that might have been the grenade.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
because
yeah.
the squad that used the grenade, I think, retreated.
Hard to tell.
Scouts getting deterred off the lower victory point there.
Mind
Toilailee
War
is heading
again.
into
This
tier
thing's
2.
either
I mean,
brutal.
yeah,
Now the grenade? Now the grenade? I want
they're moving.
to see it.
Nope, it looks like they're
Nope.
holding off on it at the moment.
I don't know, unless it was still on cooldown.
I mean, Toilailee has time to try to get back into this, but he has lost a lot, and at this point, the Eldar are just holding the map so decisively.
But either way, Tech's doing very, very well now. I mean, to be honest, I was actually worried that Toilailee would just do like a quick 2-0 and that would be it, but the old man proving he's still had a lot of
Yeah, I always imagine this is kind of like one of those situations where, you know, there's a mentor training some sort of would-be superhero, right? And he's just making quips the whole time. Oh, you're gonna get taken out by an old man.
Yeah, I think Tex is probably around, like, not too old. I think he might be around 29 or 30.
Is that all? I thought he was a bit older than that, but even so,
I'm not sure.
he's a
I
tough
feel
guy
like
though. I don't know if you ever saw the Meet the
I
Players
did
with
see the
Tex.
picture, yeah. See the picture. I
He's a
did
buff
ask
fella.
him once, and he did tell me his age, and I know it was only like a couple years older than me, so
Man, I tell you what, everyone else uses that
Oh,
drop
love that.
pod
That drop
a lot
pod
more often than I do.
right on top of the Guardian weapon team. I love to see a drop pod like being dropped on something.
Oh yeah, it's so
just
great.
so cool.
Well, I mean, back in the day, if you remember, it actually used to destroy things that it would drop on. You could drop an orb of the Omnissiah on a tank, and then put a drop pod on it, and it would kill the tank.
I mean, that sounds that actually sounds realistic.
Yeah,
to
that
me.
sounds accurate, but for the sake of gameplay,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
it does also sound severely overpowered.
Fight on and drive the enemy back.
How far back was that? Was that still in Retribution?
Oh
or-
no, that was like vanilla. Yeah, that was
All
like
right.
for
Yeah, I didn't.
rounds.
So I didn't start playing Dawn of War 2 until Retribution, so I don't know. Although I've heard some pretty crazy stories about balance, like before Retribution.
Oh yeah, that was ages ago.
And I mean, even Retribution has had some
I mean, even at this point,
pretty
Retribution, yeah.
astounding balance problems at some point.
No, I mean it's almost ancient at this point, considering how many changes and how many updates have been implemented
think
for the Elite mod.
I think I
Oh,
heard
let's
a
see,
point.
Toilailee wasn't paying attention.
another
Oh, that
grenade.
was so good.
I just caught that grenade. He's losing models left and right.
No, that
But,
cloak
I-
was so good because he didn't see anything on the map you wouldn't have seen.
I
He's
think
calling
that start
what's
over
there.
means he's calling the GG
Oh,
and takes the first game. Not going to be a quick 2-0 in favor of Toilailee.
man.
But,
I love that stealth play there at the end because you don't think to check back on that squad. You're keeping an eye on the mini map. Everything's clear, and then suddenly you look.
Use the stealth from the webway gate, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I always. It's actually hard for me to keep up with the different effects that you can get from webway gates because it actually changes depending on your hero. So I think the Farseer gets infiltrate.